Hey everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to have into Bitcoin, big of the CoinsKid crew. So this particular chart is absolute boss, okay? Forget your Bitcoin chart, forget your XRP chart, forget any chart. Just look at this chart. This chart's the cheat sheet, and I've wrote that many times on the thumbnails over the years that this chart is a cheat sheet. It's a cheat sheet, basically. We should be looking to counter this chart to go long and to go short on Bitcoin. It really is simple, okay? So, I'll go through this with you, but, this is why I show you this chart every single day. Whoever introduced me to this chart, thank you very much, because this is the reason why I've made so much money, and the CoinsKid crew as well, this year because of this chart. It really is simple. So I remember last year when everyone's getting super bearish on Bitcoin, but I said to you, fear not, because this is giving us a clue, because what we've got is a big broadening ascending channel, basically a bearish channel, a bearish rising wedge, basically a broadening ascending wedge, which is a bearish breakdown pattern. And the third point of support and resistance, you usually, that's your top, basically. You do usually break down, back test the resistance, and then drop towards a technical target. And that technical target, as you can clearly see just there, it was met. And at that point as well, this is where I said to you, think about your position in Bitcoin, because that target's going to be met and we should see some kind of bounce, okay? My target, because of the overextension from the 20 EMA, was always the 20 EMA. So you can clearly see on the way back up here, as this got really compressed, this is where it got tight. At that point, I was jumping back into Bitcoin after taking profit on that support down there because of the bounce on the DXY, and then I jumped back into Bitcoin when this started to break down. And at that point now, I remember everyone was still bearish on Bitcoin, okay, but this was just an opportunity because this chart is absolute boss. This is why I show you this every day in the Bitcoin videos, and hopefully, if I've got time, in the XRP videos right there. So this chart is boss. Get it into your arsenal right there. Come to the charts, TradingView. This is a free thing that you can use. Get involved, jump on TradingView, look at the charts, move to the left, move to the right, look for compression, look for expansion, zoom out on the monthly, zoom out on the 6 month, the yearly, whatever, zoom in on the hourly, look for things and you'll see them, okay? It's not rocket science. Compression leads to expansion. Remember that, okay? If you can identify compression, you will get expansion. Look here, we've got compression, boom, got compression here, and this is why recent times I was getting really bullish on Bitcoin because of what the DXY were doing, and it's played out yet again, okay? So again, not bullshit, not hopium. We keep an eye on this chart for any analysis to upside and downside on Bitcoin, okay? So at this point here, when this broke down, this was the target, and like I said to you, at this point here, this will be the target. Jump back out of Bitcoin, take some profit, and then ride it back up into the 20 on the DXY right there. As this gets really tight, that's my target, and then boom, as this starts to come down, jump back into Bitcoin, and that's your target. Again, take profit. It really is simple, okay? Really simple technical analysis, and these are the things that I relay to you. So right now, the technical target for this particular chart that it's in right now from this rising channel is this yellow line. So in theory, you shouldn't yet be looking to take any profit on Bitcoin until this gets to that yellow line, okay? Obviously, the invalidation of such is if we break right now and we take out this high here, then that's where you should take profit because you're invalidating the technical target. Do you understand? So I relay this to you. So it's really simple technical analysis, okay? So what we've got, if I drop the Bitcoin chart in for you right now, this chart is absolute boss, okay? This is why I've been able to make so much money. So at this point here, as we're rising, boom, bearish rising channel, said to you on the third point of contact, this is where you do usually break down. Now, if you take a look at the Bitcoin chart, which is in orange right there, you can clearly see we dropped with the DXY. And I know at that time, I lost so many subscribers. People were saying, no way, you idiot, you don't know what you're talking about. But let's go back to that time. That particular time right there was a black swan. It was the FTX fallout. Now, let's respect what happened at that time. Ethereum, XRP, Chainlink, a lot of coins didn't lose that June low at that point, did they? They came down and made a high low, basically. They never lost the June low from 2022. Do you understand? So I think for Bitcoin, that was some kind of black swan, some kind of anomaly. And at that point, we swiftly recovered as this continued to come down to the target just there. This is where I did take profit as this was coming up. And I remember relaying this to you at the time, but as this coming back and start to break out again, everyone says again, you don't know what you're talking about. But I said to you, this is some kind of weird flat correction right now, okay? And it came all the way back down to the neckline twice to back test it as support. And at that point, like I said to you, with a rising wedge, okay, and the breakdown of this resistance, and we're breaking down into this resistance and back testing it, boom, that was your target. And look what happened to Bitcoin, went in the other direction. Amazing. So this chart is boss. Get it into your charts, okay? At this point as well, if we take a look again, yet again, we've got some kind of channel coming up, haven't we? And when this bottom just there, when this top, sorry, and start to come back down, what happened to Bitcoin? Went in the other direction. Really simple. And again, as this has come up like this, boom, we've of lost some inverse correlation at that point just there, but it got really, really tight. As this is broke down and back test that resistance last week, what did I say to you? I said to you that is an amazing sweet spot because of what the DXY is doing. And right now this is breaking down towards that technical target. So Bitcoin, this is why it's gone vertical. Okay, really a simple technical analysis. So unless this thing starts to come up like this and takes out this resistance, we're still in the technical target to this yellow line. So you should be clinging on at the moment until we start to see something else in this chart. Do you understand? So obviously if the DXY breaks out right now, this is where in theory you should see Bitcoin going the other direction, which is down. So until that day comes, I'm respecting what's going on here. I think the DXY is actually in a target to this yellow line, and what we might have here, because we've took out this local high, is some kind of thrust down, some kind of flat ABC before continuation. So this leg here for the remainder of the year is absolutely super bullish for Bitcoin, okay, and it really is simple. So until I start to see something else in this chart, I'll remain bullish on Bitcoin in the short term, okay. But obviously this chart, if it does break out and we start to see Bitcoin roll, I would take profit because of what this chart's telling me, and equally it could validate a bull trap for Bitcoin. So until that day comes, I'm just respecting the fact that this is a rising channel, okay, and it's broke down, back test resistance, some kind of little trap potentially at the moment. If it does continue to roll and gets to the target, we've made a lot of money, okay. We've made a lot of money on Bitcoin anyway, but if it does come down, this will be the target where you form the channel, just like this drop was where you form the channel, just like this drop was where you form the channel, and then just like this big macro drop is where you form the channel. So until we get to that target, you know, it really simple technical analysis. I will cling on to my Bitcoin position basically, and that's really simple. So let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now, but please get the DXY in your chart. It's absolute boss. Whoever introduced me to the DXY, big thumbs up. And this is why this year we've been able to absolutely nail these moves, okay, because of the inverse correlation on the DXY. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now. So taking a look at this tweet then before I quickly jump into the Bitcoin chart with you, I did look at the potential scenarios going forward for this year because of what was happening in the charts right there with a close above a 20-week EMA. So at that point, like I said to you, you know, we're getting a close above a 20-week EMA way back in January. That was a very bullish signal for Bitcoin, and, you know, respecting the charts, not, you know, emotion and all that kind of business. Again, data, not emotion. I said to you, I'm looking at upside for Bitcoin, and we've got exactly that. So, you know, it's been really fruitful. So far, so good. But I was kind of projecting upside and looking at potential scenarios. So I did make this tweet way back in January for the CoinsKid crew, and I did say BTC could make its way to the 786 50k by November of this year. Okay, so taking a look at this particular chart, we've got this lovely little trend line, support, and right now, because of the close above a 20 and the potential bullish cross right there, I was projecting to the upside, and you can clearly see, because the data is suggesting that, it's not bullshit, it's not opium. You know, you come down, you really are extending front of your image, you're starting to curl around, so it's looking pretty good, and so far it has been, okay. It's just respecting the charts. So from that point right there, you know, it was looking at some kind of crossroads on the 786, which is the retracement that Bitcoin put in 2019 right there. I'm going to show you that in a moment, and this is why I was looking at this particular scenario, because if Bitcoin gets to 786, when could it get there by, and is there anything in the charts that suggests, you know, that's a crossroads basically, and it's this level of resistance here. So you've got this support just there, and, you know, there's a bit of a crossroads on the 786 like an absolute boss in November. So if we do get there by that particular time frame, wow, you know, this chart was telling us it was going to get there, which is unbelievable. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart right now. So looking at Bitcoin on the weekly and XRP on the bottom, basically on the weekly time frame as well, there's a little bit of confluence right now what's going on, that these charts have actually found, at the moment anyway, some kind of coupling basically. So I'm going to go through this with you, that if XRP is about to get to this red line, okay, the clue could be in the Bitcoin chart, and the fact that if Bitcoin is about to get to this red line, the clue could be in the XRP chart. So there's some kind of correlation at the moment, isn't there? There was a bit of a decoupling, but right now there is some kind of correlation at the moment between the two, with what I'm looking at as a potential scenario, confluence to this analysis, that Bitcoin is about to move to 50k and XRP is about to move to this red line, okay, minimal. Now there's no guarantees here, you know, that we're not going to roll and shit the bed and things like that, and this is why going forward there's all the support that I show you on a daily basis, that obviously if XRP rolls here, sweeps this green line, and then Bitcoin rolls here, loses this yellow line, it's game over, isn't it, in the short term. So at the minute I think there's stacks of confluence right now between these two charts and what's going on right now for Bitcoin, okay. So in this particular chart to the left here, if we look at Bitcoin, you did see a retracement from this bottom all the way up to this high. It smashed its head on a 786. Let me show you this right now. So there's stacks of confluence right now with what's going on, that we might be about to smash a red on a 786 here for Bitcoin on that red line, which is my projection from way back in January, you know, regarding that tweet right there. So, you know, there's a bit of confluence right now that it's sort of marrying up with the XRP chart, and I'll go through this with you. But on this retracement, it come all the way up after breaking this red level of resistance, this red trend line, the third point of resistance. Like I said to you, the third point of contact, breakout, third point of contact, breakout, okay? So this red line here currently resides bang on the crossroads in November on the 786, okay? So if Bitcoin was to right now come up and continue to the red line and get rejected and roll, I think XRP will come up and get to that red line and roll as well, okay? So obviously the invalidation of that right now is if it starts to roll and this starts to roll, okay? So squeaky bum time, hold on to the edge of your seats, because if this does start to break up in the next few weeks, then this will eventually follow. So the big test is XRP about to break out on the third point of resistance, and is Bitcoin about to say, no, I'm going to continue? Now, if this does continue and it melts through the 786 and it melts through the all-time high, then I would expect our XRP to break here, and what we've got is some kind of ABC, 1, 2, 3. What I'm looking at for XRP, and I've been looking at this for a very long time, as you're fully aware, is compression leading to expansion from left to right. I think what we might have here is a massive 5-wave corrective move, okay? Some kind of flag. There's your A, there's your B, there's your C, this is your D. You run into the resistance, you come back for support, that's your last level of support, compression lead to expansion before a massive breakout there for XRP, okay? Now the confluence could be in this Bitcoin chart getting rejected at 50k level on the 786, because that's the retracement level that it hit in this previous retracement as well. So let me go through this with you right now. So we could be in for a good time here, you know, given the structure and the confluence I'm looking at in both charts, and the fact that they are right now correlated to this potential move, okay? So what we've got at the moment, you can clearly see we've not even hit anything, you know, higher than this 50. We've just literally got through the 0.5 fib, and right now we've not even at the golden ratio. So if right now Bitcoin melts up and gets to that level there by November, the 786, in theory we should see XRP rallying the D wave to this red line, then start to come back in as Bitcoin comes back in. Do you understand? So something like this to Bitcoin, where it continues to come up like this, hits the 786, then comes in for its big ABC, back down to the neckline at that point, and then goes again, okay? And at this point, this runs up in its D wave, sorry, comes in for its ABC, back down to this trend line, this center level support. Look at that, everyone's super bearish. Oh no, it's going to zero, but we hold this support. This could be the absolute golden opportunity of a lifetime for you on XRP and Bitcoin before the big break, okay, before the huge break to the upside. So this is something I'm looking at as a possibility, and obviously the invalidation right now is that Bitcoin rolls from this point and XRP rolls from this point. So this scenario I've been looking at right now for a very long time, and right now there's confluence in these two charts are actually coming together at this point, and it's kind of leading to this, okay? So I wish everyone the most luck. Nothing I say is financial advice. Hope you enjoyed that update. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.